Okay, welcome back. Financial Reboot Show. As usual, myself, Samuel Levitz, with Patrick Comer, Chief Investment Strategist. We want to kind of toot our own horn here just for a moment because, one thing we do here at Financial Reboot is we like to tell you about everything. We like to tell you about our winners, and we also like to tell you about our losers, because I think it's important that there's full transparency when you're consulting with people about your finances, because not everybody wins all the time, let's be honest.
No, sir.
I mean, that's the whole point. And we need to find a balance between our massive winners and our, I look at it like baseball. You guys watch baseball out there? Think about those guys hitting singles. Well, we can hit singles all day long, and become the MVP of the league.
Absolutely.
Right? And in the meantime, we're going to have doubles all the time. We're going to have triples, and we're going to have home runs scattered throughout there that just get kind of lost in the mix, because we are suddenly this MVP that everyone just comes to expect. Absolutely. But the truth is, we get triples and home runs.
Every now and then we make the highlight reel.
Let's talk about a couple of our triples and home runs. Let's talk about some of those for everybody.
One of the ones that I wanted to mention was, a few months back when the market had that big dip to 1850, we played a lot of different puts. We anticipated that move, but I was going back through the records, and I had forgotten about this. We'd mentioned QQQ before because we had some 100%, 200% gains, but we actually had a 632% QQQ.
Say that again, please.
632%.
Okay, so a lot of you out there are calling BS, but the truth is, we did 600%. How long was that for us?
I believe that play was 4 or 5 days.
4 or 5 days.
And these are all documented.
So, look, this is so important that everyone understands this at home. We're not saying buy 1,000 shares of AT&D, call us in a year, and hopefully you're going to be rich. We're going to say, look, our team investigates the things that are happening in the marketplace. We take a look at financial markets. We take a look at policies. We take a look at all these things. We make informed decisions based on our reviews, and we go for singles, doubles.
Yes, sir.
We know when there's potential triples and home runs coming. And guys, look, if we could do 632% in under a week, we don't have to work the rest of the year.
We just want to get good wood on the ball. To use
So
a baseball term.
look, they might say, well, that you got lucky. So give them an idea of what else we got.
You bet. Maybe it was lucky, but then, you come back and in 2 days we got 212% on OIH, which is the VanEck oil ETF. That was when we were having this little cycle in oil. In 2 days we got 212%. The thing about OIH is, you guys have heard us talk about it before. We played OIH 3 or 4 times.
That's right.
In that cycle. And like I said, Samuel is the biggest skeptic. So anything that we talk about, he is actually viewed in the portfolio.
So here's, Patrick brought up a really good point, and this is really important for you guys. I mean, there's only so many stocks in the stock market, 2,000 some odd number of stocks. The point is this: when people like our investment team here at Financial Reboot have been in the market so long, have invested in stocks for 30 years, there's very few stocks we don't know about.
Yes.
So our team knows kind of the direction they're going. They know the liquidity, how much money they've got, the direction they're going. But it's also, they've seen historical movement in the charts of a lot of these stocks. So OIH, for instance, we've played...
Stocks are a lot like people. You can get to know their habits.
We've played this stock several times. Why? Because we know when it's dipping. We know it's a solid move.
Yeah.
We know that we could plug some cash into it, and we know what's going to happen in the next couple of days to a week or two. So, this is not gambling for us. And
we don't like surprises.
And nor should you incorporate the word gambling into your stock investment strategy. Let's talk about one more, and then let's get on to the next segment.
At that same period, we also shorted the SPDR, the S&P 500, the SPY. This is along the same time as the Qs, which is the NASDAQ index ETF, and we picked up a little 162% gain. I say little because when you look at the other numbers, but
look, when you get to expect deliverability out of a team like we've got here, you look at like 162% return, and it's still, to me, it's still exciting. I mean,
it's thrilling.
I still do my dance. I do my little shimmy, which is great. But then I'm like, okay, what's next? Let's take profit. We're not afraid to take profits.
No, sir.
Let's take profit and let's build on to the next play. What's the next biggest play? So I have Pat and his team go in and research constantly. There's singles, doubles, triples, homers every single day in the market. So that's the job of the investment team, is to go out there and find out what those are for our clients and our own portfolios and make it happen. So we're going to get right into the next segment right this second and talk about the current winners, because we just talked about realized gains for our portfolios previously. Now let's talk about what we talked about last week, what came into fruition, because you want to know this stuff. This is really important. Let's do it. LPI.
LPI, Loretto Petroleum, we mentioned that a few minutes ago. That one, I believe, is up 63% right now. We had a big move from the $9 range. It's gone above $11. A lot of good things going on with this stock. Great chart, great earnings report.
When did we suggest this stock? What was our
believe
stock
we
price?
talked about this stock 2 weeks ago.
So 2 weeks ago, we've got an unrealized gain. Now, when we say unrealized, what that means is unrealized means we haven't sold it yet.
No, sir.
And the reason, so LPI, as it stands at the time we made this chart, is up 63% in just around 2 weeks, I believe.
About 2 weeks.
So unrealized means we haven't sold it yet. Why have we not sold it yet, Patrick?
Because it's going to go up even more.
So
we're not afraid to take profits, but we won't leave cash on the table yet.
Yeah. So this is what we do when we meet with our clients. We find out their levels of risk tolerance, right? And so we have a couple clients that say, look, if I can get 10%, cut me off. That's great. Let's get 10%. Just keep doing. Let's keep bunting every month. We'll just get on base. We get other clients that say, look, we want to take our $100,000 portfolio and turn it into $1 million in the next year and a half. Can we do that? And so we build in accordingly.
Yeah. If you make 3% a month, you're making 102% a year.
WPX calls.
WPX. This is what we were just talking about.
Love
Big
it.
dip on Tuesday. Samuel knows firsthand. We started buying calls hand over fist.
What is a call, Patrick?
A call is an option, and you're betting on a future rise of the stock price. We bought $10 WPX calls. Right now, we are up about 46%. And the stock was easily over $10. It closed at $9.99 on Friday. But again, the chart looks great, and oil is starting to bubble again. Just a lot of positive things. Of course, we'll protect our profits. If this thing starts to go the other way, we'll take our profits 40-45%. If not, we're looking to get 200-300%.
Oh shucks, guys! Look, remember, this is in a week. Or just under a week.
Yes,
actually,
sir.
WPX.
This is Tuesday. We started.
I remember when I got the text from my investment team saying, "Hey, let's buy WPX. Here's the price. This is how we do it with our clients. This is what we're doing. Boom, boom, boom." I look at it instantly, put it into my broker. Boom, done. I do it all from my cell phone. It's brilliant.
Absolutely.
And this is how you guys should be doing it too. So BAC, I know we talked about that last week. Bank of America.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Bank of America with the big jobs report. We talked about Bank of America last week, and that's what we based this 42% on. If you had picked up those January options, say Monday or Tuesday, you'd be up 42% right now. Bank of America had another big move. Bank of America is a massive stock. It takes a lot to make this thing move. It's not going to go up $3-4 in a day. But we are over $15. Our strike is $17. We're slowly getting to the money.
42%. How long?
That is a week.
Okay, so guys, are you starting to get this? I mean, we're not talking about this type of return in a year. So we want you to start stretching your mind on what's possible. TGD, and now I remember last week, wasn't it last week?
Yes, sir.
So guys, we usually give you a free pick, meaning we suggest to you something that we're buying in our portfolio currently that we suggest you do. Now, last week we said we're buying TGD. Maybe you want to think about doing that too. What happened?
TGD, we're up about 17% from the call. It had a very good week, but Friday, as you know, with the jobs report number, gold took a big hit. That affected a little bit, but I think it lost 2 cents. It went from 57 down to 55, maybe 54. But we still love the stock. We had questions about gold plays earlier in the show, and this is our one gold play.
Yeah.
We love the company. It's a great company. It's pulling a lot of gold out of the ground. It's got no debt. It's got a big earnings report coming up, and we're still holding on to that.
And if nothing else, look, if we did nothing else but that TGD play, look, that's a better return than 98% of the entire market produces in a year.
Absolutely.
In a year, and we've done it in under a week. So please pay attention. The last one I want to talk about is...
Can I add one last thing about
absolutely.
TGD? At its current price, we're still buyers.
No, right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
At 51
Because we think it's going to go from here
still buyers.
to there. ADHD?
ADHD. This is a nice stock.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
This company has...
That's a bad joke, by the way. I couldn't read
This company's got huge developments coming up. We're already up about 12% on it. We still consider it a buy, and that's why I wanted to talk about it on today's show. You know, I like to talk about things on the show that are still good buys. Because old information is no information.
ADHD, what did we do?
ADHD, we're up 12% already on this. This, we have options. We bought about a month out. We bought $2 above the current price. We bought $6 calls. And we also bought the stock straight up in some of our accounts.
That's right.
So, and we just like the company. It's got a big earnings report coming up, and it's just got a lot of good things in the pipeline.
So if you are sitting there liking our show, which I see a lot of you currently doing, I mean, I see a lot of you live with us right now, and you're not taking action, what are you doing? What are you doing? Crazy, you're crazy. Take action. Get a review with us. Text the word review to 760-254-0003. We've got an important segment coming up that we want to touch on. So we're going to refresh the beverage, take a quick commercial break. We will be right back.